In the cave, bros, and we gotta make it out alive. It's getting dark. We gotta find the treasure and get the hell out of here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's from the previous video. There was a story about us entering the cave of life and finding the treasure within that dark cave and all the secrets that it holds, and not putting it off day after day after day. And so in honor of this month's challenge, I went on a book haul and I got a few books. The one I just finished reading is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Guys, I know this looks corny. Look at the next one. This looks super corny. It's an old book written in 1990. I was born in 91. It's 26 years old. Check it out. It's a great book. Fantastic. There's 15 in the series, very reminiscent of Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings. And I just wanted to share this with you because we have an image of the cave. And we know that if we want to get somewhere in life, if we say to ourselves, I'm going to compete, I'm going to step up, I'm going to get a good body, I'm going to impact the world, I'm going to find a way to make income, I'm going to get the girl of my dreams, I'm going to start meditating, I'm just going to be the strongest version of myself. That's found in the cave. You don't get there by sitting back, not doing anything. Now here's the second part of the story, and I'm going to share by starting with a story in this book. It all tying together. I think you can relate. You have three young men, Matt, Perrin, and Rand. And they're running from the Dark One. Let's just say they're running from evil. Evil is at their heels, and it's about to consume them. And they find this city that they must enter. Now the city is tainted with evil itself. You don't want to go into this city, but they have to. It's their last hope. And so they enter. And within the city, they're instructed not to touch any items. Okay? And so this one man says, children, I found a treasure. They find this old man within the ruins of the city. And he says, follow me, I found this treasure. Just like an old handicapped guy. And they follow him down into this cellar. And there's a mass amount of treasure. Okay, this is very similar to us being in the cave. They find the treasure. Now as they are looking at it, he gives one of the boys a dagger. And he totally forgets he's not supposed to touch anything within this city. They end up leaving eventually. There's some parts that I'm skipping ahead. They leave and the boy keeps the dagger, and it's not until a few weeks, months later that he notices himself start to change. He starts to become corrupted, and they realize that it's the dagger that corrupted him the entire time. He was tainted by a little bit of that evil that was in the city. Guys, you see, as we enter the cave, no matter what it is that we do in our life, there is a consequence for the action that we take. Whatever you reach your hands into reaches back into you. I've learned this firsthand. I work in car sales, and I've realized that you work long hours, you work a job that you're selling a product. So it is very easy to get into the habit of lying. It is very easy to get in the habit of eating junk food, of becoming someone that you don't really like, of mindlessly surfing the internet, of just trying to manipulate people. And so whatever you reach your hands into reaches back into you. When you go into a field, no matter what you're doing, there is a dagger there that you can take. And eventually, if you let it, it'll corrupt you. If you touch part of that, and if you don't go in with truth. I see, for instance, let me think about it. For instance, you could start a YouTube channel. And if you go into YouTube with the mindset that I'm going to go in and make money, and you know, that's why I produce videos. I've seen too many guys that go on YouTube, they start an account, they get a couple 100,000 subscribers, and then they set up a Patreon account. It's like, you do this to create videos. You don't create videos to get money. All right? Once you set that up, man, it's like, what are you doing? Whatever you're doing, will change you. And so that could be a relationship. Whatever field you may go into is going to change you somehow. And you better make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Always seek truth, guys. Always do it for the right reasons. And go in there and know that you're going to have to fight to keep your sanity, to keep your morals, to keep your virtues, and to keep living a life of standing in the light, doing the right thing, feeling good about yourself, because you will get sucked into what everyone else is doing. So you set up a Patreon account and now you just do it for money. Or you go and work at a strip club. I mean, look at that life. That's an extreme example. But look at how a life that is. You see, that wretched man was just the spirit of the city. And there is a spirit. That's it, man. There's a spirit of no matter where you're going to work, whether it be McDonald's, Burger King, if you start working in a Las Vegas casino, it's like, or a bar, the spirit of that place threatens to sort of sink its claws into you. And you have to fight that. And that's part of the journey, though. It's like how do you go out on your journey? You enter the cave, but you don't get corrupted by what you have to do now. It's like you can go to college, which is this sort of pleasure island, and you can get tainted by college. You can either you go there because you're focusing, you're putting in the work, you're doing your studying, but then what happens? You end up drinking. You end up hanging out with the wrong friends that you don't want to hang out with. You start letting your studies fail. It's like now you've been corrupted by the place that was supposed to help you move into the next destination of your life. And so you took that ruby dagger when you were supposed to leave it. And the only way you guard against it is by keeping truth at the center of your mind, telling the truth, seeking the truth, being honest with yourself, being honest with others, and knowing what you stand for. Because then you will fall to everything. Guys, I hope this was understandable for you. I hope you could relate. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you soon. Have a blessed night. Peace.